Now, let's spend a little bit more time on AVC because it's a very, very powerful feature, and I really encourage you to learn about it and use it. Even if you don't want to prioritize any applications, it's a fantastic way to know what happens in your network and have a clear visibility on what kind of application is in use and how much bandwidth they are using. So remember, application visibility and control, AVC. This is the feature by which you can set a specific policy based on specific applications to give them a specific QoS marking or a bandwidth allocation. And then you associate that AVC profile you create to SSIDs. The good thing about AVC is that even if you do not call any specific application, the controller is still going to display to you all the applications that have been recognized on your SSID. So that's a very nice way of starting up something on AVC and targeting some applications that you know are being used and providing some specific QoS allocation to those, and then looking at the monitor page over time and see what other type of applications your users are using. And if you see that some of these applications need a specific treatment, then you can go back to your profile and add those applications and add whatever QoS marking you want to those. So just enabling AVC gives you visibility. And then, of course, you can call specific applications to get more control. So it's a very powerful feature. You would configure it in wireless, and then if you go down left, there is application visibility and control, where you have two menus. One is the list of all the applications we know, and you also see something which is interesting, which is the protocol pack and the engine version. So the engine version, what this is the way that controller has to recognize applications. That is to say, all the tricks it can use to recognize if this is link audio or link video. So it can be based, depending on the version of the engine, on the packet size, the pattern, the number of packets per second, the port. There are many ways. So at some regular interval, the AVC team finds a new way to better recognize new applications and release a new engine version, and that's what you have in the next release of the code. Then there is a protocol pack, which is basically the list of all the applications that are recognized today using that engine. And you see here we have more than 1,000. So except on 2504, which is limited in its update capability, but the larger controllers allow you to update the protocol pack between controller codes. So you can download from Cisco a new protocol pack if there is a new application that comes out that is very popular. They can upgrade the pack with that same engine version, and you'll be able to move from protocol pack number 9 to 9.1, 9.2, or 10, or whatever. That's a nice way to add more applications to your system. Of course, the engine itself is the tricks we use, and that is going to be tied to the code, but the protocol pack is not. Except again on the 2504, where it's one single bundle. You cannot decouple the protocol pack from the code, so you cannot upgrade the protocol pack on the 2504. But you can do it on the others. Okay, so now that you know that, let's go and create a new profile. So still in wireless, an AVC profile. So you remember I have a test AVC profile? Let me create a new one. So create new, give it a name, whatever name, for example, gaming, and click apply. And then you click your profile, and then you add applications to your profile. So you click add new rule, and then you see there is a group of applications you can select from first. So for example, let me suppose I want to target something like gaming or instant messaging. No, let me go back to gaming. And suppose that for some reason I want to give a different treatment to, say, I don't know, Doom, for example. And I say that this application, I want to drop it. Okay, that's one rule. Then if I go back here and let's take another one, for example, I don't know, GameSpy. Let's say that for this one, I want to rate limit. I can assign a bandwidth up and a bandwidth down. Typically, a recommendation is if you want to drop something, is actually not to drop it, but just give it a very small amount of bandwidth. That's more efficient. But anyway, you see the principle. You can add applications, and for each application you can decide from what category they are to help you to figure out which application you want to target, and then you apply specific policies. So for example, let me add one for video and say that I want to mark it with platinum for voice. Here we go. So I have 3 rules, 2 for gaming and 1 for video. Let me add another one for one more for Jabber, and let me put it in, for example, gold for video. All right. This is my rule. I can create as many as I need to. Now you understand the principle. You're going to target applications and decide of a policy for them. Once I have that one, you have your policy. The next step is to go to the SSID and apply that policy. So you go back to your SSID, go to QoS, and then here you call your profile, gaming in my case, and click apply. So from now on, the applications I've targeted my profile are going to be receiving a specific treatment. The other applications are still going to go through, right, using that QoS profile at the top, that is to say allowing all the way up to voice, but the specific applications I've called are going to have a different treatment. Be careful, the QoS profile you have at the top is a ceiling, which means that if I set it to here, silver, the maximum QoS I allow in my SSID is silver. So if I said, like I did for my video and voice applications, that I want to have voice or video treatment for those, because my SSID max is silver, which is best effort, I'm not going to get any voice or video for those. So the AVC is not superseding the global setting, right, in that case. The QoS profile you have at the top is your ceiling. Everything you do in AVC would have to be within that ceiling consideration. So it's not an exception, it's a max value you define here. Okay, so because I have voice, let me go back to Platinum. Click apply, and now it's working. So let me get a few minutes on my controller, get some traffic, and after a few minutes, this is what you see. You see on the right, you see the traffic, and even the traffic that is not targeted by AVC, right? Because just by the fact of enabling AVC, I give visibility. Then what I have defined in my policy is a special treatment for some applications, but enabling AVC even without any specific target application gives you that visibility. That's a great feature to know what traffic you have in your network and then decide if some applications need or not some special treatment.